Hey everyone, welcome back to Calmcast English Podcast, your cozy place to learn easy English through real-life conversations and real feelings at the same time.
Yeah, welcome back. We know your day is probably already full of notifications, news alerts, and things pulling at your attention. So thank you for choosing to spend this time with us.
Thank you, really. I'm Emma.
And I'm Leo. And this is your English podcast for daily life conversations and honest thoughts.
Yes, today we have a B2 to early C1 level episode for you. So the language will be a bit richer, more natural.
Right, and if some parts feel challenging, that's completely fine. You don't need to understand every single word. Just follow the feeling, the story, and you can always listen again.
Yeah, think of this episode as a small break for your brain. Just listen. We'll carry the English for you.
Although someone here looks like they haven't slept properly in days.
What? No, I slept fine.
Your eyes tell a different story. Be honest, what kept you up?
Okay, fine. I was scrolling through news at midnight. Big mistake.
Ah, the classic midnight doom scroll.
Exactly. I started with one article about the economy. Then, suddenly, I was reading about climate change, political tensions, job market crashes, AI taking over.
And by 2 a.m., you're convinced the world is ending.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think a lot of people know that feeling right now.
Right? Because when you look around, everything feels unstable. The news is heavy, prices are rising, jobs feel uncertain. Even the weather doesn't make sense anymore.
And you start asking yourself, is it just me? Or is everything actually falling apart?
Exactly. And that's what we want to talk about today.
Yeah, our topic is when everything feels uncertain, how do you keep going? How do you live through anxious times without losing yourself completely?
Because, let's be honest, this isn't 2019 anymore. The world feels different now.
It does. And we're not here to fix the economy or stop climate change in 30 minutes.
No, we can't do that.
But we can talk about how it feels to live through this, how to carry the weight without breaking, how to find small moments of calm when everything outside is chaos.
And we'll do it in natural, clear English. So if you're learning the language and also trying to survive modern life, you're in the right place.
And near the end, we'll have a short word tour where we slow down and explain some of the stronger expressions so they stick in your memory.
Right. And if you enjoy these kinds of real, honest conversations, please tap like and subscribe to Calmcast English Podcast.
Yeah, it really helps more learners find this space. And later in the comments, tell us honestly, what makes you feel most uncertain right now? Money, the future, your job, relationships?
No long story needed. Just one word or one short sentence is enough.
All right, take a breath. Get comfortable. Maybe turn off your other notifications for the next 25 minutes.
And let's start at the beginning. The feeling that something has shifted in the world.
So Emma, when did you first notice that things felt different?
Honestly, around 2020. But not just because of the pandemic.
What do you mean?
The pandemic was the big, obvious thing, right? Everyone remembers that. But after it ended, or sort of ended, I expected life to go back to normal.
And it didn't.
No, it's like the world shifted and we're all still trying to find our balance on this new ground.
I know exactly what you mean. It's like we're walking on a floor that's slightly tilted now.
Yes, that's the perfect image.
Everything looks the same on the surface. You wake up, you go to work, you see your friends, but something underneath feels off.
And I think a lot of people feel that, but they don't know how to say it.
Right, because if you try to explain it, you sound dramatic. Oh, the world feels different now.
But it does.
It really does. And I think one big reason is uncertainty became normal.
What do you mean?
Well, before, uncertainty was temporary. You had a moment of not knowing, then things became clear again.
Right. You didn't know if you'd get the job, but then you found out. You didn't know if the relationship would work, but then you knew.
Exactly. Uncertainty had an end date. But now?
Now it just keeps going.
Yeah. Will there be another pandemic? Maybe. Will the economy crash? Maybe. Will your job still exist in 5 years? Maybe. Will AI replace you? Maybe.
Ugh, stop. You're making it worse.
But that's what our brains are doing all the time now. We're living in permanent maybe.
And that's exhausting.
It really is, because your brain is designed to solve problems, find answers, make plans. But how do you plan for maybe?
You can't.
Exactly. So instead, you just carry this low-level anxiety everywhere you go.
Yes, that feeling like you're waiting for bad news, but you don't know when it will come.
And sometimes the news does come. Prices go up again. Another company announces layoffs. Another study says the climate is worse than we thought.
And each time it confirms your fear. See? I was right to be worried.
So your anxiety feels justified, which makes it harder to let go.
Exactly. And then you feel guilty for feeling anxious because other people have it worse.
Ah, the classic comparison trap.
Yeah. You think, I have a job, I have a home, I should be grateful. Why am I still anxious?
But anxiety doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't. Your brain doesn't care that someone else has bigger problems. Your brain only knows that your own life feels unstable.
And that's valid.
Thank you. I needed to hear that.
But here's what I've been thinking about lately.
What?
We can't control the big things. We can't stop inflation. We can't fix the political mess. We can't reverse climate change alone.
Right. We're just regular people.
But we can control something.
What?
How we respond to it. Not what happens, but what we do with what happens.
That sounds nice. But what does it actually mean?
Okay, let me give you an example from my life.
Please.
Last month, I was spiraling about money. Rent is expensive. Groceries are expensive. Everything is expensive.
I know that spiral.
And one night I was lying in bed just calculating numbers in my head. If I spend this much on food, and this much on transport, and this much on bills, do I have enough?
And your brain kept showing you worst case scenarios.
Exactly. What if I lose my job? What if I get sick and can't work? What if? What if? What if?
So what did you do?
I got up, opened my notebook, and wrote down 3 things.
What 3 things?
First, what can I actually control right now?
And?
I can control my spending this week. I can control whether I save a little or spend it all. I can control whether I look for extra work or not.
Okay, second thing?
Second, what am I actually afraid of?
That's a good question.
And the answer was, I'm afraid of being helpless. I'm afraid of not being able to take care of myself.
That's deep.
Yeah, but once I saw it clearly, it became smaller somehow.
Because you named it.
Exactly. And third question, what's one small thing I can do tomorrow that will make me feel less helpless?
What did you write?
I wrote, check job boards for 20 minutes. That's it. Not apply to 50 jobs, just look for 20 minutes.
And did you do it?
I did. And it didn't solve all my money problems, obviously.
But
I felt less stuck. I felt like I was doing something, even if it was small.
that's actually really smart.
And I think that's the only way to survive uncertainty. You can't make it go away, but you can take one small action that makes you feel less powerless.
I like that.
What about you? How do you handle it when everything feels too heavy?
Honestly, sometimes I don't handle it well.
That's fair.
There are days when I just feel overwhelmed and I shut down. I don't want to talk. I don't want to think. I just want to lie in bed and pretend the world isn't happening.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes your brain needs a break. You can't be strong and productive and hopeful every single day.
Thank you for saying that.
But what do you do after the shutdown, when you finally get up again?
I do something very small and very physical.
Like what?
I wash the dishes. I fold my clothes. I water my plants. I make my bed.
Why those things?
Because they're simple and they're real. I can see the result immediately. Dirty dishes become clean. Messy clothes become folded. Dead plant becomes alive.
So you're giving yourself proof that you can still affect something.
Exactly. When the world feels out of control, I control my little corner.
I love that.
And then, if I have energy, I do one thing for future me.
What do you mean?
I make lunch for tomorrow. I lay out my clothes. I charge my phone. I write one thing in my calendar.
So present you is helping future you.
Yeah. And when tomorrow comes and I see that lunch already prepared, I feel taken care of.
By yourself.
By past me. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
But you know what I struggle with most?
What?
The news. I can't stop reading it, but it makes everything worse.
Oh, I know this one.
Like, I know I should probably take a break from the news. Everyone says that. But I also feel guilty if I don't stay informed.
Right, because if you're not reading the news, are you being irresponsible?
Exactly. Like, what if something important happens and I don't know?
But here's the thing. What actually changes if you know immediately versus knowing 2 hours later?
Nothing really.
Right. You're not a journalist. You're not a politician. You're not making decisions that affect millions of people.
True.
So maybe the question isn't, should I read the news, but how much and when?
What do you do?
I set a boundary. I check the news once a day in the morning for 15 minutes. That's it.
And you actually stick to that?
Most days, yeah. And on the days I don't, I notice my anxiety goes up immediately.
Same. But it's so hard to stop scrolling once you start.
Because it feels like if you just read one more article, you'll finally understand everything and feel safe.
But that never happens.
Never. You just feel more anxious and more confused.
Ugh, why are we like this?
Because we're human and our brains are trying to protect us. The problem is the modern world sends too many danger signals, so our brain never turns off.
So we're just stuck feeling anxious forever?
No, but we have to teach our brain that not every piece of bad news is a personal emergency.
How do you do that?
You practice. Every time you feel that panic rising, you pause and ask, is this happening to me right now in this room?
And usually the answer is no.
Exactly. The bad thing is happening somewhere else to someone else, or it might happen in the future.
But it's not happening to me in this moment.
Right. And in this moment, you're safe. You're breathing. You're okay.
That actually helps.
It doesn't fix the world, but it brings you back to reality.
Which is all we can really do.
Yeah. Live in reality, not in the scary future our brain keeps imagining.
Speaking of reality, I want to talk about something else.
What?
Hope. Or the lack of it.
Ah, yeah. That's a big one.
Because I think a lot of people, especially young people, feel like there's no point in hoping anymore.
Why?
Because every time we hope for something better, something worse happens instead.
I can see why people feel that way.
Right? Like, we hoped the pandemic would end and we'd go back to normal. But things just got more expensive and more complicated.
We hope for change, but the same problems keep happening.
Exactly. So at some point, hope starts to feel naive.
Like you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah, so maybe it's safer to just not hope at all.
But is that really living?
What do you mean?
If you give up hope completely, what's left?
I don't know. Survival?
But surviving isn't the same as living.
No, it's not.
So maybe hope doesn't mean everything will be perfect. Maybe hope just means I'm going to keep trying anyway.
Even when it's hard?
Especially when it's hard.
I like that version of hope better.
Me too. Because it's not about being naive or pretending everything is fine.
It's about choosing to move forward, even when you don't know what's coming.
Exactly.
One step at a time.
One day at a time.
And some days, just one breath at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we should slow down now and do our word tour.
Good idea. Let's walk through some of the stronger words we use today.
All right, take a breath. Relax your shoulders. Let's look at some useful words together.
First word, uncertainty.
Uncertainty means not knowing what will happen, the feeling that things are unclear or unstable.
For example, there's a lot of uncertainty about the economy right now.
Or, living with uncertainty is hard, but it's part of life.
Repeat, uncertainty.
Next word, spiral or spiraling.
When your thoughts are spiraling, it means one worry leads to another, and it gets worse and worse.
For example, I started worrying about one bill, and then my mind started spiraling.
Or, when I'm tired, my thinking spirals into worst-case scenarios.
Repeat, spiraling.
Next phrase, doom scrolling.
Doom scrolling means scrolling through bad news on your phone for a long time, even though it makes you feel worse.
For example, I was doom scrolling at midnight and couldn't sleep.
Or, doom scrolling never makes you feel better, but it's hard to stop.
Repeat, doom scrolling.
Next word, overwhelmed.
When you feel overwhelmed, you have too much to handle. Everything feels like too much and you don't know where to start.
For example, with work, bills, and family, I just feel overwhelmed.
Or, it's okay to feel overwhelmed sometimes. You're not weak.
Repeat, overwhelmed.
Next phrase, shut down.
To shut down means to stop emotionally. You close yourself off because everything feels like too much.
For example, when I'm really stressed, I just shut down and don't want to talk to anyone.
Or, shutting down is a protection mechanism, but you can't stay there forever.
Repeat, shut down.
Next word, boundary.
A boundary is a limit you set to protect yourself. It's a line you draw to say, this is enough.
For example, I set a boundary with the news. I only check it once a day.
Or, healthy boundaries help you protect your mental health.
Repeat, boundary.
Next phrase, take care of yourself.
This phrase means to protect your own well-being, to do things that help you stay healthy and calm.
For example, please take care of yourself. The world is heavy right now.
Or, taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary.
Repeat, take care of yourself.
Next word, inflation.
Inflation means prices go up and money is worth less. Things cost more than before.
For example, because of inflation, groceries are much more expensive now.
Or, inflation makes it harder for people to save money.
Repeat, inflation.
Next word, helpless.
Helpless means you feel like you can't do anything to change the situation. You feel powerless.
For example, watching the news makes me feel helpless sometimes.
Or doing one small action can help you feel less helpless.
Repeat, helpless.
Last phrase, one day at a time.
This phrase means, don't worry about the whole future. Just focus on today. Just get through today.
For example, I can't think about next year right now. I'm just taking it one day at a time.
Or, when everything feels overwhelming, remember, one day at a time.
Repeat, one day at a time.
Good. That was our word tour for today.
You can replay this section and repeat with us until the words feel natural.
And remember, you don't have to use all 10 tomorrow. Even 1 or 2 is already progress.
So, take a breath. You made it through another day. That's not small.
And if you're listening to this right now, it means you're still trying, still learning, still moving forward.
Even when it's hard.
Especially when it's hard.
The world is uncertain, yeah, but you're still here.
And that matters.
If this episode helped you feel a little less alone, please like it, subscribe, and share it with one person who might need it.
And in the comments, tell us, what's one small thing that makes you feel less anxious? Just one thing.
We'll read every comment.
Take care of yourself. Be gentle with your mind.
This is Emma.
And this is Leo.
And you've been listening to Calmcast English Podcast. Bye.